It's like, have fun with this. Have fun with it.
Let me have a sip. Okay. It might be illegal. I don't know. Okay. Wow. I don't know where to begin. This is Cassandra Love. This is Cassandra Love, and this is Erik.
Hi.
World-renowned critic and socialite of our fair little hamlet of Spring Patch. We just got done seeing the movie World War Z.
I loved it.
And Erik loved it.
It was far better than Prometheus.
Let's not go there, really. Seriously.
Revisit Prometheus.
No, we can't revisit Prometheus. Basically the premise is that zombies. You can turn your brain off for a while. If you had to pick out a moral of the story, basically store up stuff and kill zombies and save the world. And it focuses on a guy who used to work for the government, who doesn't work for the government anymore, and they pull him back in because the world has run amok. Yeah. His name's Jerry.
No one really cares. It doesn't matter. It's Brad Pitt.
Nobody cares. Yeah, it's Brad Pitt.
Bob or something like that.
They should have just used his real name, Brad.
Yeah, might as well.
Hey, Brad. But in
Jerry and Karen, two generic names.
Jerry and Karen, and they're two kids who
we don't even know. I can't even remember what
shall
their names
remain nameless.
One has asthma.
Although I gotta say, the traumatized look and the whole reactions of the traumatized children was pretty realistic. I felt bad for them. Yeah. I really did. It's just a normal day, and then all of a sudden something slams into the window, or slams into the mirror, and then, well, I don't want to spoil the movie. The truth of the matter is that this is a far cry from any zombie movie that you've ever seen.
Not
basically.
Really, but we'll go back and forth.
I mean, there's The Walking Dead, there's Night of the Living Dead, there's all sorts of zombie movies out there. This one was zombie apocalyptic. It was on an epic scale. Erik was scared. But basically Brad Pitt tries to save his family. Once again, the government is evil because they promised to save his family, and then in the end, when they think that Brad Pitt is dead, they kick this family off the boat and find him a refugee camp to live in the rest of their days, and basically almost lose track of them until they get a phone call that Brad Pitt was okay.
Spoiler alert. We just told you.
Spoiler alert. No, I didn't say the whole movie. Who's the director of this movie?
Don't know. I think it's,
don't care.
It's one of those things where it's like you see this movie, and all I want to do is basically, after seeing it, stock up on ammo and canned goods, live in my basement.
Erik, are you a prepper?
After seeing this movie, you'll be a prepper. That's what you want to do. Just prepare for the zombie apocalypse. This is pretty much like any other zombie movie I've ever seen, but it's really awesome. I enjoyed this movie. Unlike Prometheus, this had true entertainment value because it's a zombie movie, and it's like it's not taking itself seriously at all. Of course, there's a virus, much like some of the other, of the zombie movies that we've seen, like with I Am Legend, and it's like I want to say it's like with the current Walking Dead, it's a virus. It's like these guys have got infected. In this case, spoiler alert, it's a form of rabies. People are infected. Brad Pitt, who's a former kind of CIA agent, type, that worked for the UN, who's like has devoted his life to taking care of Karen and their two totally forgettable kids. Is suddenly called up, after once again he's caught in the middle of like a really impromptu zombie apocalypse. I said, once again, there's no forewarning on this thing. You have like a really cool opening montage. It looks like something out of the 1970s, with Soylent Green and silent running. It has even with the blurred kind of film, almost like you think, like, am I in a Tarantino film?
Yeah.
When you see this.
It goes from commercial to epic movie in 2.5. I was real surprised. I was thinking, oh my god, this is just the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And people are running through the streets, buildings are blowing up.
It's just buildings blowing up. It's like, once again, what can I say? It's like, just enjoy this film. It's like, unlike some of these other films like Prometheus, which pretended to be, you know, a really high ideal, you know, profound film. This is basically zombies! You know, zombies attack! How can I defeat them, you know? And that's basically this film. Of course, everybody does all the stupid things, do you know what I'm saying, that you find in zombie films. You know, for example, you got a little barking dog and it's barking at somebody. Guess what? Do you know what I'm saying? As in all zombie films, that person is probably a zombie or soon will be. Probably should have paid attention to the dog, you know, but of course no one ever does. You know, that kind of thing. Once again, it's like loud noises, probably a bad thing to do around zombies, but of course it never fails. Someone will, of course, always like open a door, drop something, you know, walk across broken glass,
right.
You know, something
Kick
like
a
that.
can.
Yeah, kick a can. You know, it's like, by the way, it's like after seeing this film, it's like all you want to do is drink Pepsi products because amazingly, do you know what I'm saying, that's all that seems to exist during this, you know, when there's a zombie apocalypse, all there will exist will be Pepsi
can.
and Mountain Dew. Pepsi and Mountain Dew.
Pepsi and Mountain
That's
Dew.
it. Coke, nowhere to be found. Hard Mike's lemonade, nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found.
You know, that kind of thing. Once again, it's like... And
Although he did give the amputee vodka.
He did give the amputee vodka, you know, but in little bottles that no one could read what brand it was.
Right.
You know, that kind of
Probably
thing.
Russian or
It's
something.
for some kind of crap.
Of course. And whatever energy drinks the zombies were on.
Yeah, that kind of... it's like it's not really a stretch. It's like I think they just auditioned in the Ozarks. You know, they just went to a bunch of trailer parks. You want to be in this film? You know, show me your shamble. You know, that kind of. You're hired. You know,
drink this energy drink and shamble up a wall.
Yeah, shamble up a wall right now. But once again, this review is not going to be too long. You know, because once again, it was a good film. It's just a mindlessly good time. You know, it's like it follows every formula plot of every zombie film, and it just takes little bits and pieces from all of them. You know, it's like, once again, what causes the zombies? Government experiment! You know, overpopulation. Yeah. How we defeat them? Shooting them! With what? Big guns! You know? And axes! You know? And of course, it's like the white people suffer what I call, once again, is homage to Eddie Murphy, stupid white person syndrome. You know, for example, if you're running away from zombies and your child is having an asthma attack, by all means, do you know what I'm saying? Stop the car and dig around in the backpack looking for their inhaler. You know?
And lose the spare.
And then lose the spare, you know, while you're at it. Because it's like that far takes, you know, precedence over the mob of zombies that are pursuing your RV. That kind of thing. Also, it's like if like the Mexican family that like was nice enough to give you like shelter while you're being hunted by zombies, if you tell them to go with you, you might want to throw in, since it is a zombie apocalypse and you've really got nothing to lose, there's no real national security at stake because there's like no nation, you might want to say, hey, I'm with the government and there is a helicopter waiting on the roof for me, okay? That was really cool to let you into your house. So, by the way, I'm with the government, you know, helicopter on the roof. I couldn't help noticing the guy, you know, Brad Pitt doesn't tell this guy, you know, it's like, you know, come with us and helicopter on the roof. But he doesn't. So that entire family turns into zombies except for one kid who we promptly see get on the helicopter and then see again once, I think, during the end of the movie, and that's it. Never see him again. We probably have, it's like probably the most annoying wife character. You know, once again, that's probably my only complaint on this movie is that once again we have annoying wife, annoying kids who we kind of like secretly wish, you know, were getting eaten by zombies because Karen just bugs the shit out of me. Okay, she really does. It's like, one, is she whines a lot. It's like, you know, that's pretty self-centered, you know, because, I mean, that little Mexican kid, his entire family just got eaten by zombies. But I can't help noticing, you might want to, like, take care of that kid, you know, but no, you're going to whine about yourself.
Nobody hugs the poor kid.
Yeah, no one.
All the women huddled together.
Yeah, all the women huddled
together. Spanish kid, all by himself.
Tommy is all by himself right there, you know. It's just like, I said, like, what's wrong with these people, you know? I live with this on a daily basis, and it's like, these people are crying over this. And like this, plus this ship, it's like, this bunk is like, you know, my own bed for one. You know, I get my own bed? No way. But, I said, yeah. That's my biggest criticism is that she is annoying. She actually calls Brad while he's being like, you know, trying to sneak past zombies and inadvertently kills about 5 or 6 people, which she probably doesn't give a shit about, you know, because like she's such a self-centered character.
Sabotages the entire mission.
It's mission, yeah.
With one phone call.
I did like it with one phone call. But yeah, as I said, once again, really enjoyed this film.
So we're picking it apart, but why did you actually like it?
The pacing was excellent. It's got great pacing. It starts. We don't need an exposition, folks. Do you have to say zombies? Okay.
Right.
Need we say more? You know, zombies that run really, really fast and want to eat you. Stay away from them and shoot them. You know, find a cure. You really don't need too much background, you know, set up for that. And so this thing hits the ground running, and you're just enjoying it throughout the entire, you know, throughout the entire run of the film. The performances are solid, except for Karen and those annoying kids, which secretly wanted to get eaten. I said the acting was good. The pacing is like the special effects really not that special, but just it's like I will say one thing: it's like the film managed to instill that sense of end of the world, apocalyptic dread. You know, the kind of dread that makes you want to do nothing but live in your basement, stock up on ammo, and buy canned goods. Do you understand? Never leave your basement.
Right.
And convert your Buick LeSabre into like a zombie smashing war machine, you know, a bug out vehicle. That's all you really want to do after watching this film. I saw it in 3D. You really don't need to see it in 3D.
Not really.
Yeah.
The 3D was nice, but you know why?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Just a really peculiar soundtrack. The soundtrack is partially done by Muse. By the way, it's like after the movie is over, stick around for the credits. You get a free Muse concert. You know what I'm saying? As they run the credits, you know, you'll get to have a nice little rave, you know, in your seat, you know, listening to Muse, you know, as they roll the credits. But really enjoyed it. I really can't say too much more about this film, other than the fact that strong performances and some annoying stock characters. Once again, you know, it's like annoying wife and kids that we really don't care about.
I think the thing I liked about it was it broke a few stereotypes. Like, you know, not everything's going to go perfectly when you're on a mission. Sometimes they do get sabotaged.
There is a great moment. I can't believe that I found this out. There is a great moment. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. One thing that keeps this film on track and just keeps you guessing a little bit is that they introduce a character with a lot of fanfare who's like this Indian doctor who you think is going to be a pivotal character in this.
He's young, he's handsome, and you're thinking, okay.
And he winds up slipping on a deck of a ship and shooting himself in the head. Yeah, I loved it.
Like seconds off of getting on the plane.
He gets off the airplane. I love it. I thought it was great. It's like, once again, I laughed my ass off in the theater. People looked at me like, it's like, folks, it's a zombie film. Okay, this isn't Schindler's List, you know. It's like, it's not tragic. All these characters are expendable. Just enjoy the film, okay? Enjoy it. And that's all I have to say about this film is, basically, this film seems to impart some, special messages, you know, that all zombie films have. One, stock up on ammo. You know, if a little dog barks at somebody, they're probably going to turn into a zombie, so don't ignore the little barking dog.
Right.
Drink Pepsi, okay, because...
For some reason...
Drink Pepsi because that's the only drink that exists in worlds of zombies.
Yes.
No milk, no orange juice, no water, just Pepsi and Pepsi products. You know, Mountain Dew and Pepsi, that's all that exists in the world of the zombie.
You know,
and vodka.
I noticed that whenever there was a Pepsi can around, there were no zombies.
There were no zombies.
So it's got to be some sort of cure for zombie invasion.
Also, don't make loud noises around zombies, because that'll probably, bring zombies a running. The zombies are attracted. That's why I didn't get with it. There's some big, discovery, of this film. They're attracted by sound. Really? You mean if I bang a bunch of cans together and my wife calls me with an annoying ringtone that isn't going to bring the attention of everybody? Listen, when when somebody's girlfriend calls somebody, I'm saying, in the middle of the coffee house, I want to eat them too. I want to bite their faces off, you know? It's I guess it pisses off zombies as well. Go figure.
That's why they have that announcement at the beginning of the film. Turn off your cell phone.
Because zombies will jump off the screen and bite your face off.
And that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Movie. Good times, a summer movie, good times, zombies, Pepsi products, a free Muse concert.
Brad Pitt.
Annoying kids.
Annoying kids.
Screaming zombies.
Yes, exploding helicopters.
a nice little neat ending, do you know what I'm saying, that wraps everything up nicely after like about 90 minutes of carnage. You know, oh, that's what it was! You know, all the scientific minds in the world, you know, it's like, you know, Brad Pitt, you know, that's what it was.
I just think it's weird that he came to that epiphany by watching two people not get eaten.
Yeah.
I mean, really? You got all that
logic,
from that?
You know, it's like, you know.
Can we have a little bit more exposition on that? Just because, you know, there's a pathogen there. There's a pathology there, and they didn't really delve into that. Of course, once again, it's a zombie movie, so you don't...
Also, I want to say another thing. A shout out to the Navy and, like, Army in this film. Usually every single zombie apocalypse film, you know, it's like they bring in who? The Marines. You know, at least in this one, we get to see the Army.
The
and
Navy.
Guess what? And the Navy, you know, and the Army. But I like the Army in this, because the Army's a lot more informal. There's like, you know, it's like, there's zombies. Let's shoot them, Zeke. Yeah. You know?
Zeke. Yeah.
There's no yes, sir, no, sir. They're just out shooting zombies. And they're cool enough to shoot themselves once they get infected. You know, go Army, right?
Yeah.
But, and of course, the Navy, you know, is portrayed as they're really cool digicams, you know, it's like in the chow line. You know, so a shout out for the Navy as well. It's just one of those things where they just kind of steer away with, like, every single time something happens, you would think, you know, there are 3 or 4 other branches, folks, you know, instead of just the Marines. You know, you can have at least a couple of other branches represented in your zombie apocalypse movie. So I was happy about that. Yeah. It's like it's just some weird little like angles that keep this film going. Though it's like it could have been really boring, but the fact that they took portions of this film to, like, it goes to Israel, which is interesting how they rationalize that. I won't spoil it for you, but there's an awesome scene of zombies. You know, it's like visiting the Holy Land. You know? What was great about this?
It's got to be a metaphor for something.
I couldn't help noticing how well people. It's like when zombies attack, how well Jews, you know what I'm saying, and Muslims get together. You know, when zombies attack, then they're all friends. You know.
When the zombies are all dead, then we'll go back to fighting over
it's
land.
Like that. So, summing it all up, stock up on ammo, buy canned goods,
kill zombies.
Enjoy Pepsi products.
Listen to free Muse concert.
Listen to a free Muse concert at the end of this film, because you'll love it. I loved it. It was great and well worth the money. You know what I'm saying? I did not get ripped off like I did.
I want to talk about zombies. The zombies themselves. The look of the zombies. They were more human, like that had been touched by a virus, as opposed to like undead. But they keep calling them the undead. I didn't think they looked very undead. I just thought they looked really sick.
Yeah, they look like zombies that have like the flu or are hooked on meth. You know, hey, these guys aren't zombies at all. They've been just smoking bath salts.
They're my next door neighbors with a cold.
That's what I'm saying. If you're like from the Ozarks, like we are, I was like, yeah, this looks like half the people. Do you know what I'm saying, that live here?
I'm gonna have to edit
Shout out to the Ozarks.
Yay!
Yeah.
Eat more meat. I don't know. But yeah,
another reason to ban Sudafed.
It's going to be the cause of the zombie apocalypse. You know that,
Sudafed.
Right? The more they regulate it, the worse it's going to get.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, fire also really effective on zombies. You know, but yet people try to still, like, you know, punch zombies. You know it's not going to work. So don't punch the zombie. They're just going to keep on coming. And it's like, of course, it's like there's always that convenient crowbar that's always lying around. You know, I can't find a crowbar anywhere, do you know what I'm saying, except when zombies attack, you know? In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a crowbar used for anything, anywhere, in any film. What are crowbars actually used for? You know what I'm saying?
To pull hubcaps off of tires.
They're supposed to be pull hubcaps off of tires, but I don't think I've ever seen them used for anything but hitting zombies ineffectively in the head. You know?
Okay, and I just want to take...
asshole, by the way. Just walked by there. That was Crenshaw. Ass cam.
Doggy butt.
Doggy butt.
Anyway, and they were in a hospital. Where do you get a crowbar that big?
I know, that was another
in a research
thing. It's like,
facility?
You know, what kind of research facility is this?
And a baseball bat.
It's an Eastern European research facility. How do you think we fund this little operation? You know, steal hubcaps, smug people with crowbars,
and play baseball professionally.
That's how we fund our research.
We just have random spare pieces of lead pipe.
Yeah, lead piping. There's some fire.
To block doors.
There's some axes. What are you doing with an axe? And then that's once again, it's like really in Eastern Europe with all the gangsters running around and like Armageddon. You don't have a gun? Really? Nothing?
No guns. Well, it could be
nothing. Just a fire axe. That kind of bugs me in certain situations. Of course, the Israeli soldier, she has her pistol, which suffers from infinite round syndrome. Do you know what I'm saying? It just has a magazine that just keeps going and going. I don't ever remember seeing her reload at any given time.
She never reloaded it, but you do see the magazine fall on the ground empty.
And somehow reappear
and
back.
somehow it's reloaded and back in her hand.
Even though she's missing a hand. It's like, how did you reload that weapon with no hand?
She did it with her feet. She is that good.
She's that good. That is a real film flaw, by the way. Looking back at that, it's like, how did she reload the magazine and the gun after, like, losing her hand? Zombie hand reloaded it for her.
And how come was she part zombie? Because she should have bled out a lot more from that bloody stump.
Thing. It's like, oh, here we go. It's like, what school of medicine did you go to, Brad Pitt? Okay. It's like, we're going to take this tourniquet off. We're going to soak your stump in vodka. And then, even though I had like a combat gauze, it's like, bandage on your stump, I'm going to replace it with this flimsy Band-Aid. Do you know what I'm saying? And some more...
and some more gauze.
Some gauze and the shoelace.
And it's all bright white throughout the whole movie. Nothing bled, nothing. I know there was a tourniquet. I know it was a clean cut. But still, there's got to be some blood.
He cut that hand right off, man. With a very small knife.
And I understand
that was another weird thing.
PG-13 too.
I was like, man, that knife really wasn't that big. I don't know.
And not that sharp either.
Not that sharp either. It's like, whack! It's like, ah!
He'd have to go, whack! Oh, whack! 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 Whack!
And one thing is like, it's like this happened to a lot of other people, but for some reason he just saved her. Not the Mexican family that saved your life. Do you know what I'm saying? Not all these children, no, just this one.
This one good-looking female has really
shaved head,
with a shaved head.
But I'm going to wrap it up. Too many good times. I said, once again, a good film. Enjoy it. Go see it.
It's worth the money.
It's worth the money. It's like you don't really need to see it in 3D, but you can if you want to. But you don't have to. It's fun. You probably don't need to see it more than once. Unless you want to see it with friends. This is a fun film to drink to. Do you know what I'm saying? Go drink. Might want to have a couple of drinks. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like before
you can turn off your brain.
But you will have. I'm sorry. You'll just have a fun time seeing this film, more so than more so than a lot of other films like Prometheus. So that's all I have to say. Go see this film. Enjoy it. You'll like it. Planet Z with Brad Pitt and some nameless British
World
actor.
War Z.
World War Z. I keep calling it Planet Z.
That's the sequel to World War Z.
I think that's a B-52 song. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
could be, I don't know.
Planet Z. No, that's Radio Z, I think.
It'll be World War Z 2 called Planet Z.
By the way, it's like, if you ever wonder what's like, it rhymes with Marred Mike's Marred Lemonade. It's delicious. Enjoy this film. Once again, what was it called?
Prometheus.
No, it was not called Prometheus. This film was called
Planet Z.
Planet Z. Go see it. Excellent film.
World War Z.
World War Z. Go see it. That's how it's like with these zombie films. I don't even remember the title. Really. It's just zombies.
Go see the zombie film.
Go see zombies get killed. Enjoy. Have a good one. Bye bye.